Mr. Brand, please, Mr. Trinculo, what's your last name? Is that your first or last name? Is it your first name?
Trinculo is actually a nickname because I'm in love of trinkets, of brightly coloured things, objects, objets d'art, anything really, anything that twinkles, sparkles, anything that a magpie might light its claw upon, that's where you'll find me. If I see something sparkly, even the glint in an eye of a fair maiden, I'm on it. That's my way, it's always been my way. So you can put me amongst any kind of filth, any kind of scum, and I'll cut...
Repetition.
You can't do that to me on account of your status. Anything where there's anything bejewelled or sparkling or attractive, I'll be all over it like a rash. Not that I'm rash-like, nor any kind of malady, nor any kind of dermatological disorder. No, no, no. Why, look at my skin. Pearly it is, some would say. Look at it. Phosphorescent. Sort of glints like oil would upon a puddle. Of course, I was born to scum, and I always knew that I was never meant to move among them. My father, I'd look upon him, a heavy, leaden man with a paunch, peering at me over his paunch, forever burping, belching, no love of language, no love of life, no relationship with the oxygen, the air that he breathed. They thought of me as a lowly rat, a runtish character, always struggling to find a dug, always nuzzling to get a bit of tit. It's never been easy for me, never had easy access, not even for a moment, never had a drop of milk that I didn't even have to steal. I didn't steal first. As soon as I had the capacity to leave home, I was gone, away from them people. I didn't like the gravity of their low domesticity. No love of glamour, no eye for life. As soon as I met a band of travelling players, jongleurs they were, wandering through Italy. Any town they visited, they made more spectacular. The magic went with them. Didn't matter how quotidian or mundane the everyday would be, where these people trod, their footprints glimmered and glistened, and that were appealing to me. As soon as I saw them gleaming footsteps, I was away with them, like the music of a pipe. Lightly I trod behind them, lightly I got onto their bandwagon and flew. What I liked mostly, of course, about being a jester is there ain't no one so high that they can't be toppled, like the Tower of Babel itself, an offence to God, reaching right out there, touching at God's tippy toes, till, of course, that fell, and then Babylon. No one could understand each other, but I understand everybody. I can communicate with the highest, communicate with the lowest. There's nothing I won't laugh at, nothing sacred to me. There ain't no God, there ain't no religion. There's nothing out there that helps us or cares for us or wants us to succeed. God is my enemy. God wants to destroy us. That's one thing I learned from my dad. The world is a malevolent force and it will destroy you. The only people that survive in life are the people that refuse to fail, that just clamber over any obstacle, that see obstacles as an opportunity, just a step case, who will tread and who will trudge through any amount of toil and mud and filth and sludge and escape from all that, somehow with a gleaming jewel clutched in a clammy palm. There's only a few of us what have that ability, and I'm but one of them. Eventually, after a few years as a jongleur travelling around Italy, I came to the King's Court. I took a very great risk that day for the people that we were doing Pulcinella, a very poor production, very shoddy, low costume, terrible script, awful, going very, very badly it was. The King almost nodded off, and as he went into his slumber, a little bit of saliva fell from his lips. I leapt forward, snatched it so as I did from his jowly chops. The King, for a moment, everything was suspended. You could hear a clock ticking if clocks had been invented yet, but they hadn't have been. Everyone there, terrified they were, all eyes agape, mouths agog, peering onward. Suddenly the King did look at me, raised his fist as if to punch me, but then slapped his thigh and let forth an almighty bellow, and I have ridden on the tidal wave of that laugh ever since. He made much of me, made me his plaything, never left his side. Forever were I under his ermine robe, protected by the King, royal myself, not by birth, but by me talent and by me honour, and I've never left the court ever since then. Made some lovely friends, made some terrible decisions. I never wanted to get on that ship. I didn't want to go to Tunisia. A terrible marriage, an awful idea. I knew something would go wrong. It's written in the stars, you know, so here I am now, find myself here on this island.
You're the only person I know that can do that.
Ah, that's good.